Trading now is coming to the end for the day. We're looking at a price move today, if we have a look over here, bringing us to 22.79, meaning that we have increased by barely anything at all. So it's been a flat day with AMC when we look at the chart over here, but that's not what we're here to focus on mainly. The main issue for this video is going to be based on short interest. So we're going to be looking at what has gone on with the short interest. If it sounds good, leave a like and subscribe. But remember, this is not financial advice, and it is purely my opinion. It's coming from 12 days ago, 11 words of wisdom 11. The short interest displayed is mathematically impossible. Short interest was at 90% in January when it ran up to $20. Then shorted back down to 5. Continued shorting, the utilization has been over 100% for a long time. Short interest literally has to be 400 to 500%. It would be easy to investigate, just look at data across all brokerages. I know apes are not selling, everyone knows that. They effed up and are trying to weasel out, but they have shown their hand. We see how institutions conspire. Even our beloved AMC will not do a share recall. They've been stealing our money for generations, and they think they cannot lose. The manipulation is basically more obvious than ever. They're committing that crime in broad daylight. If anything has shown/confirmed multiple generations how the system is rigged, and how dire there is a need for a new one. This individual estimates the short interest to be at the lowest 300%. At the high end, it could be upwards of 800%, or possibly even over 2000%. The reported short interest means nothing now, and it hasn't meant anything for a long time. Well, when we think about that one and break it down, the reported short interest itself is nothing more than that. Reported short interest. And who reports it? Well, of course it depends. Ultimately though, what the reported short interest is self-explanatory. It can only show what is reported. If it's not reported, it does not get counted in. So they could just go into short and short and short and short and not report that data. Now, like I've said before, we have some very, very clever people in this community, people who do the research, people who are very, very smart at maths and how the markets work. We know that AMC has traded its float more than 50 times in 2021. And if people are not selling, why is that? It does point to some manipulation being out there, and of course that would include some potentially fake shares. And we made a video earlier on, both today and yesterday I believe it was, when we talked about the potential of there being more than 10 billion synthetic shares out there. Because of course if the float of AMC is significantly lower than that, it means that those shares are from somewhere else and are not from the original float. As far as the point on manipulation that spans generations is concerned, I couldn't agree more. It's becoming more apparent by the day, by the week, but we are not going to be standing this any longer. We have been here for weeks now, months and years almost with AMC, and if we don't give up, what are they going to do? Because going back to this point, the game is rigged and they think they cannot lose. Well, that's only because they haven't faced a challenge like us before. Nobody has had the power in the past to really access wide communities on the internet, to do research and share it with those communities, to have people advocate those opinions and spread the message and all that sort of stuff. But now in the modern era, we have the opportunity to do that. We don't need to listen to the mainstream media anymore. We can find our own facts. And we already understand now that what is displayed to us, what is shown to us, is not always necessarily the most accurate or legitimate thing, in contrast to what is actually going on behind the scenes. So what I'm trying to say here is, whilst today may seem pretty basically like a nothingness day, we've not gone up, we've not gone down. It is quite similar to what we're seeing across the wider market. It's not been a red day, it's not been a green day. It's mixed depending on which stocks you look at and which indices you look at. But really, it's been another one of those days. And if we do see AMC decline into the future, we have some fair reasons for that. For instance, the options which are coming up on the 21st. More on that later on or tomorrow. But I do think we should prepare. But ultimately now, we know how this game's going to work. If we hold, we are probably going to win. Because they can try this one for as long as they like, but the problem will not go away until they make it. And that does involve them covering their short positions. So what's it going to be? Is it going to be that the apes are going to disappear? Because I do not think they are. I think people are getting even more entrenched in their sentiment, wanting to hold the stock for longer and longer, doubling down as the price does drop. So what's the next tactic going to be? Especially with the fundamentals of this company becoming stronger and stronger, they're having less and less argument really to also persuade us to sell. So getting back to that point on the short interest, again, we have discovered this. We keep discovering more and more on a daily basis, and it really is fascinating. At some point, something is going to have to happen, and like I've said before, we're all here for the Moass, and we have been since basically for the last 12 or more months. But now, more importantly, we're not just here for the Moass, we're here for a fair market. It's not too much to ask for, but like the user does say, once this is all over, something will have to change because this cannot go on for much longer. And the funny story is, it's all greed that allowed this to come out in the first place. Because like you said before, if they'd have covered at $10 or less when the price was back here in early 2021, if they'd have covered then, okay, the price could have run up like this, people would have sold, happy days. But they couldn't do that. They just had to keep shorting and shorting and shorting, bringing it down, and all that's happened in those past 7 or 8 months is people have done the DD, people have found out the facts, and they have been exposed. So the question that I am asking in this video is, what is it going to be next? What are they going to try and do next? Because this cannot go on forever, and the short interest can significantly be higher than what is reported. So as I say before, stay vigilant guys, be careful, and trust nobody's research but your own, and I'll see you all again. So thank you for watching through till the end, but let me tell you about our Discord. So on your screen you will be seeing the N2S Finance Discord. Obviously it is split into multiple sections. Basically at the top we have updates from me and all that kind of good stuff. If you scroll down a bit further we have the main sections where we focus on cryptos, SPACs and other hot stocks including penny stocks, even stable growth stocks as well, and we even have a special AMC GME chat. If you scroll down you can see some research and DD from the community. We also have funny memes and you can see actual contributions from members down here. And again, if you do join us, it is completely free, link is down below. But if you do want to become a Patreon, you will actually get a pink sticker which will be displayed on your name. So your name will come up in pink as mine comes up in red down here, and that will show that you are a Patreon. But other than that guys, you can join completely for free down below. You do not have to pay anything if you do not want to. Thank you for watching, see you soon.